I have been experimenting with WAN 2.2 Animate Replace model, and honestly, this thing is crazy good at swapping faces while keeping the motion exactly the same. And you can switch between different avatars, and it still looks super clean. Now, imagine automating this, sending the input via Telegram and getting the full video back. That's exactly what I built using n8n, and let me show you how it works. This workflow right here takes the picture and video from Telegram, takes those and then hosts those into a third party website that will temporarily hold both of these files because we need URLs for both of these files. And once we get the URLs, we make a post request to WAN 2.2 Animate Replace using Replicate, and then we get the final video back. And once we get it back, we send it to Telegram. Now, before I explain this workflow to you, let me show you where you can get this workflow. You can find the URL to this workflow in my description, which will be a GitHub link. And once you click on it, it will take you to my GitHub page. And once you are on my GitHub page, this is what you'll see. You need to click here, and then you need to click on this download button. And once you download it, you go back to n8n, click on these three dots over here, and then import from file. And this is what you will see right after importing. Now, since we are using Telegram, let me also go ahead and show you how you can actually connect Telegram. Go to Telegram and search at the red board father right here in the search bar. And once you do, it will open up this board father, right? And over here, you need to type new bot, and it will ask you to pick a name. You can pick any name you like, and after that it will ask you to pick a bot name, and it has to be unique. All right, and you pick a name, and it has to end with bot at the end. You need to make sure that. And once you enter this, it should give you a API token. You need to copy it, go back to n8n, and then click on your Telegram trigger, click on this pen right here, and then you need to paste your token right here and then save, and it should connect Telegram. All right, now for the rest of the workflow, I'm not going to run it, and the reason is that the WAN 2.2 actually takes a lot of time to process. So in my case, the video I generated took me around 20 to 25 minutes, which is a lot of time. So I'm actually just going to show you a previous execution. Now, first we have the Telegram trigger, which will trigger whenever we receive a message from the user, right? Now, to avoid confusion, I only start all of this process when I receive a message that says start, right? If we go to Telegram, you will see that whenever I type start, it will ask me to upload a image as well as a video, and it will send a n8n form where I can upload both of these, right? And if the message that we send is not start, it will right here check to see if the message is start or not. If it's not, it will ask the user that if you want to generate a video, you need to type start. All right, so this is basically just to make a better user experience and to improve the workflow. Otherwise there will be a lot of confusion, like which workflow is running at what time. It will be a mess. All right, so after the Telegram trigger, I have a save ID where I save the chat ID. All right, and after that we have the if node, which checks if the user started the workflow or not. If there is a start, it will proceed on to the next workflow, which will send a custom form with the field image and the field video, where the user will upload those, and we will get those as a binary files. And after that, we need to upload both of these in a third party hosting where we can get the URLs. Now, in my case, I used this tempfiles.org. All right, it gives you a temporary hosting that lasts up to 60 minutes. So our files will be live for 60 minutes. After that, they will be discarded. They have very simple process where we just need to call the endpoint and then attach our files in the body. All right, if we go to n8n, you see that this is the HTTP request that uploads the video, and over here we are calling this endpoint, and in the body we are attaching the file right here. We are choosing the content type as form data, and parameter is binary because the files coming from the previous node are binary files. This is important, all right? And the name has to be file because that is what they accept. And over here, we need to write this name right here so it knows which file to pick. And it's the same for image. And in the next node, we have a code node. This code node just takes the input from the previous node, and then it cleans up the URL. And also one more important thing is that it adds DL right after org. And the reason why we are doing this is this URL that it gives is not the direct URL actually. And in order to make it direct, we need to add DL right after org. And this is what this code node basically does, right? And it does it for both of them. And after that, we merge the outputs from both of the code nodes. So we have video URL and the image URL. And after that, we make a post request using replicate. Now, before I explain this HTTP node, you can find the API documentation for WAN 2.2 Animate Replace model in replicate. I'm using replicate for this automation. If you like some other platform or some other API provider like Fall AI or Polo AI, you are good to go with them as well. But in my case, I'm using replicate.com, and you can find the model right here. And then you click on API, and after that we need the HTTP. And once you click on it, this is what the HTTP request will contain. So first we have this endpoint right here that we need to call, and we'll have these following headers. The authorization header will have our API token from replicate, which we can create by going to the account setting and just generate the API token. And you just need to write bearer before it. All right. And the second one is content type. And this right here is the body. Now, if we go back to n8n, you see that we are making a post request with the endpoint that is specified in the documentation. And we have the two headers. First one is authorization with bearer, and then we have the replicate API token. And after that, we have content type header. All right. And then we are sending the body with the following JSON. And in it, we have two parameters or key value pairs. One is video and the other one is character image. And we are getting the video URL as well as the image URL from the merge node, and we are placing those over here. And once this runs, it will start the generation process. Now, the generation process can take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. It depends on the length of the video. All right. And we need to have a proper logic in place so we only get the video once it's done. All right. So we have a wait node here that waits every 5 minutes, and after every 5 minutes it will make a get request, and this is the endpoint that we're using to get the video. And after that, we need to put in the JSON ID, which is actually the ID that we get when we make the post request for the generation. All right. And then we simply have this ID right after this endpoint. And also we need to have the header with our authorization key. Once we make the get request, we will get the status back that will either be starting, in progress, or succeeded. And we only need to proceed in our workflow when the status has changed to succeeded, because that's mean the process has been complete and we'll get the download link for our video. Right? For that logic, we have this switch right here that will check if the status is processing or if it's succeeded. Once it has succeeded, it will proceed on to the next node. Otherwise, it will keep looping back to the wait node. And after that, it will check the status every 5 minutes. So this is how the loop will work. And then if the status is succeeded, it will take the download link and send it back to Telegram. So guys, this was a really fun little automation that uses Telegram and WAN 2.2 Animate Replace model. If you liked it and you found it to be helpful, don't forget to leave a like and maybe even subscribe. Thank you so much.